Hello and welcome! Welcome to our caravan on this beautiful Sunday evening in the UK. Hi Vasilika and hello Marek, how lovely to see both of you here. What a week it's been, what a weekend it's been. I will tell you all about it today. Marek provided us with a little roadmap for today's live to make sure I don't forget about anything. So if you're with me, give this live stream a like, please. There are two people with me, and I think it is Marek and Vasi. How are you, Vasi? Where are you? And I hope you've had a fantastic weekend. So as usual, we have a lot to share. It's been a super busy weekend. And I will tell you why we were super busy. We were at capacity. Maybe there was literally a few pitches which were not booked. We maybe had 3 or 5 empty pitches across the whole site, and you know how big the site is from our videos. So you can imagine how busy the site was. But I will tell you all about it. So I will explain why the site was so packed, how we survived the toilet runs, literally, what kind of guests we had, the lovely ones and the memorable ones. This is a really lovely way to put it, Marek, memorable guests. And what it's really like when things get hectic behind the scenes. Things got a bit hectic behind the scenes. Right. There are six people with me. How lovely. Bill Clinton is here. Hello. And Tracy. Good evening, Tracy. I'm glad you made it today. And you made it on time, all the way from another field to Otters Creek. Welcome to Otters Creek. I hope you're having a lovely weekend. And how did you survive this busy weekend on site? Because it did fill up, didn't it? The site got really busy. But believe it or not, it was still peaceful and quiet and wonderful. And we couldn't believe. I think this was our busiest weekend here, wasn't it, Marek? It was busier than Easter. It was busier than bank holiday weekends in terms of numbers of people. But it wasn't noisy. It wasn't hectic. I think it's the scenery, the size, the space. We survived. It was alright. Yeah, we had many people on site, but it was okay. It was a pretty good weekend for us. Don't forget to hit that like button. Yes, please. Vasilika, is it windy in Bronton? Well, we are near Bronton. It's not very windy right now. It is a little bit. I can see, I'm looking through the skylight right now. I can see that the tops of the trees are, you know, dancing in the wind. But we are in the valley, Vasilika, so I don't know what it's like outside. It's pretty quiet. It's pretty quiet here in Hidden Valley. Hi Shannon, how are you? And tell us more about cooking meatballs. About cooking Swedish meatballs, because last week you mentioned that you were cooking meatballs in IKEA. So I'm dying to know more. Ben, hello, and welcome back to the channel. As you can see, we are prepared. We have our caravan. We have a bottle. I will tell you about the bottle as well, because there's a good story behind the bottle. It's not something we bought, it was a gift. So first things first, why we were so busy? Why Hidden Valley suddenly filled up? Well, there was a festival. I think it's still happening. There is a festival, music festival in Croyd, which is maybe a 10-minute drive. Croyd is a lovely coastal village, and they had a festival there for 3 days, for the whole weekend. And that's why I think probably all the campsites within 15-20 miles were packed. So we had a lot of trade thanks to the local festival. And hi Aaron, how you doing? How was your weekend? How is your weekend? It's still happening. And I don't think anyone warned us that this weekend will be so busy. But when we came to work on Friday and we got our arrival list, it was so long. We thought, oops, oh my goodness. But the funny thing is that we work pretty much behind the scenes. And the number of people on site doesn't really change our routine a lot, because we follow the same routine and it's kind of separate. It's not affected by how many people we have on site. And I will tell you all about it in a minute. Aaron, on last week's chat, I would seriously recommend a Kadak for cooking. Ah, okay, yeah, we were talking about food last week quite a lot. Yeah, we don't have Kadak. We don't have a gas barbecue at all. We used to have a small electric plate, which we used quite a lot. Now we rely on air fryer. We use an air fryer quite a lot to cook our lunches. Probably I cook a lunch in an air fryer 6 times a week, I would say. For a barbecue, we have a traditional barbecue. Maybe are you happy with your Kadak? I remember there was a year when everyone was buying them. There was just such a craze about them. We didn't buy one back then because I think we liked our electric hot plate. Right, so the festival came and gone. Really, the festival happened. We had quite a lot of guests. It was lovely to see the site so busy, so popular, and so many people enjoying the site. So many families. We had couples, we had groups of young people, and we were on call yesterday. Can you imagine? We were on call on Saturday evening, Saturday night, the weekend of a festival, the busiest weekend we've seen here, and to not say it in the wrong hour, to not jinx it, there was no single phone call in the evening or at night. No single call. Now Tracy, maybe you will ring us just to check if we answer, because we are always on call on Saturday and Sunday, or we are on call today. I have my Warden's phone here with me, but I think it is remarkable that it hardly ever rings. We had one phone call this morning because someone had a problem with barrier and exit in the site, so I think that was like 9:15, and we start work at 9, so it wasn't a problem at all. Kadak is so much more than a gas barbecue. If you like pizza, the Pizza Stone Extra is superb. We love pizza, and this is probably the reason we wouldn't be getting a Pizza Stone, because we would be having pizza every day, and we get away with having pizza once a week. And after many tries, we cracked the way how to cook pizza in an air fryer. If you want to know how to prepare your pizza in an air fryer, let me know in the chat. Yes, so we had a busy weekend, busy, but not, well, I don't know, Marek, was it hectic? I didn't feel it was hectic. Because what we do, and you know it from our videos, that for most of the time we either cut grass, trim grass, clean the toilets, clean the shower blocks, clean the lodges. So it doesn't really matter if we have 50 people on site or 500, because the grass grows at exactly the same pace. Probably we are more affected by the weather than the number of people on site. Working, people who work at the reception, they have a completely different perspective. They were working flat out this weekend, and some of them didn't even have a lunch break, which for us is just unbelievable. For us, the lunch break is like the pinnacle, of our day. This is a holy time. Lunch break. How could you not have a lunch break? I don't know. Oh, Tracy, we've been at our caravan all weekend. Your happy place, isn't it? And have you got dogs? Have you got 3 dogs, 2 dogs? Shannon, IKEA meatballs. Come frozen, no! Mostly, I was serving the plates. I was the salad chef, so I got to prep the prawn sandwiches. Oh my goodness, now you're making me hungry. Salmon plates and cakes on opening week. 1,000 slices of cake daily. And where was it? Was it in the UK? Yeah, this is a dream come true, isn't it, Vasilika? Are you still thinking about buying a Caravan, Vasilika? Mark, not subscribed yet? Hit that red button. Yes, please, because most of our viewers don't subscribe to the channel. I think when we look at we do have some data about people who watch our videos. So what we know is that most of our audience are males. No surprise there. It's like 70% of men and 30% of ladies watching, and 80% of people who watch our videos do not subscribe to the channel, which is a big mystery to us. So don't be a quiet watcher, be a regular subscriber and the official member of the Freedom Seekers community. Yeah, I encourage you to subscribe, because if you do, you will get a notification each time we release a new video, and that means you will not miss out on any new content. Tracy, yes, we have 2 chihuahuas. What are their names? Yeah, so it was a pretty good week and weekend for us. Toilets, no blocked toilets this week. How weird. It's toilets and dealing with blocked toilets. If anyone wants to apply for work as a warden, in those job adverts there are really funny phrases for describing dealing with gross stuff like unblocking toilets. So a nice way of putting it in the job advert is unblocking the drains. But unblocking the drains means unblocking blocked toilets, and emptying the bins is called recycling management. This is the funniest one I've seen in job adverts across the UK. And as you know from our videos, when you work on a campsite, sometimes you do things which are a bit dirty, and you deal with things which are dirty, smelly, and a bit disgusting. But this morning, when we were doing our morning round around the site, and we were walking among the guests, and everyone was smiling because they've been here for a few days, and actually we had quite a lot of lovely feedback from our guests. Chase and Sammy, their brother and sister, 1.3 kilograms. Sammy and Chase is almost 4. So I believe Sammy is a girl, smaller doggy. Oh my goodness, they must be so cute. Our Diesel's weight was like 27 kilograms, 25. Sometimes I look at those small dogs and I think, oh, this is unbelievable that a dog could be so small, and it has everything. It has a brain and heart and kidneys and all the organs. And it's working in a miniature. So what are they like, your dogs? Do they like being in a caravan? Yeah, so what was I on about? Work. Yeah, we were walking. It was a nice, warm morning. Oh, we were struggling in the heat. Marek loves the heat, but we had a few really hot days, which added a twist really to this busy weekend. So we had a few really hot days and I was struggling in the heat. But today it was a fresh, lovely morning, and we were, walking around the site, and people were greeting us and saying hello and how you doing. And it was just so nice to walk around and see people smiling, people, customers are happy, chilling. People are cooking their breakfasts outside, they are playing with their dogs. It's really nice. And we were walking, and I said to Marek, we worked so hard to be in this place, to be able to do this job and live in a caravan and have this freedom to do it. And I often read posts on Facebook from people who are thinking or dreaming about working as wardens. And I said to Mark, how many people would love to be in our shoes? And sometimes we get tired, or I complain, especially I'm prone to complaining about stuff. And I said, this could be different, that could be different. But today I thought, we are so lucky to do this job we are still enjoying, and we deal with exactly memorable guests. We didn't have any problem guests. We didn't have to deal with any problematic situations. Thank you very much this weekend. So really good impression of our guests so far. And for us, yeah, it's lovely. So I had this moment of gratitude this morning. Despite all the hard work we do every day, it's still a lifestyle we enjoy. Tracy, do you love the Caravan? It's better than the narrow boat we live on. Oh, Sammy can see out the windows. Yes. Aaron, ideal for our tiny Caravan. You live on a narrow boat. Oh, come on, you get the best of both, having a narrow boat and a Caravan. Yeah, so I imagine for your doggies, when they are on the floor, they don't see through the windows on a boat. But when they get out on the deck, they see the world. Marcus, you've got a really good idea. Who's here for the first time? Say hello. Exactly, don't be a shy person watching from the corner and not talking to anyone. Say hello. Aaron, would you like chihuahuas then? Oh, best of both worlds, yeah. Have you got a permanent mooring spot, or are you continuous cruisers? There was time when we were seriously looking into living on a narrow boat, and we were watching all the vloggers doing it. All the boaters, boat tubers they are called, boat tubers, and thought, oh, this is wonderful. But I think it's very similar to living in a caravan. It is wonderful in the summer and spring, but winter, what is winter like? Must be quite challenging. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so weekend was good. Yeah, we were busy, and we had. Now I'll tell you about the bottle. Now I'll tell you about the flowers first. This comes from the little, it's actually quite big. We have beautiful hydrangea, I think they are called. I will struggle with pronunciation of this name. Anyway, those flowers, this is the shrub we have on our pitch, and it's absolutely beautiful. And believe it or not, this is the exact type of the flower I had in my wedding bouquet. Yeah, exactly those. And now it's growing right by our caravan. And the bottle. This is a gift from a customer. The whole team had a whole hamper. We were given a whole hamper from a customer who just wanted to say thank you for a wonderful stay. And oh, you've got a home mooring. Oh, I didn't realize you are a couple. So how long have you been living on a boat now? Yes, so the customer brought us a whole hamper, and there was wine and chocolates and some beer, and it doesn't happen a lot. It probably happens 2 times or 3 times per season that we actually, staff, the team, gets gifts from a customer. So I just wanted to say that if you feel like the wardens or the staff where you stayed did exceptional job, don't be shy, and yeah, do give them a gift. So I think a bottle is always a good idea, especially for everyone who works behind the scenes, like cleaners, grass cutters, chefs who are usually stuck in the kitchen. Front of house and receptionists, they get quite a lot of interaction with customers, and they are at the forefront, of action. But there are so many people working behind the scenes who do not get a chance to, have a face-to-face interaction with customers. Wardens do get quite a lot of that, but it depends on the site. For us, we don't really have much interaction with customers unless they stop us while we are walking about or moving from job to job. But I thought this is such a lovely idea. Aaron, but we are looking to live on wheels full time. Well, you have your caravan, so you know what it's like. And yeah, you've got a good idea of living in a small space as well, because a narrow boat is what, 2 meters 20 wide, It's not much, well, it's long, obviously, but it's also a quite quirky space to live in. And talking about caravans and memorable customers, to be honest, I don't pay attention. I don't pay so much attention to people, but I do pay attention to caravans and their setups and unusual tents. And today we saw a beautiful fend on site. You know, do you remember our old caravan, our previous caravan, our beautiful fend, which looked a little bit like this one? Double axis, you know, island bed. And we saw a fend today on site, and they've gone. Those people have gone. They moved on. But we looked at this beautiful caravan, much smaller than our fend, much smaller model, but it was standing out. It was just so beautiful, and the design, the features, it was just screaming, I'm a robust caravan built for life. And it's quite interesting that those German caravans, they are raised. There's a lot of, you know, space between the ground and the floor. And I remember it was the same in our fend. You really had to step up to get inside. And we're just admiring this beautiful caravan. Of course, they dreaming of having one. It's only 43 feet long and 7 feet wide. Well, I think in meters, so it is about 2 meters 10 wide. How romantic. So how are you going to do, what's your plan for living in a caravan full time? Are you going to do touring, move between sites, or get a seasonal pitch, or maybe do the side jobs like we do? Shannon, and talking about meatballs, I enjoyed them. I didn't recognize they were frozen. Oh, you've got a Reba pack, the little one, a tiny one with a roof, which collapsible roof, isn't it? We saw quite a lot of tent boxes and roof tents. These are getting really popular. And also recently we had a fifth wheel, which was absolutely massive. And when I saw it from the distance, I couldn't work out what it was because we were driving and we saw it through the bushes. And I said to Mark, what is it? Is it a caravan on a trailer or a motorhome on a trailer, like, you know, on a recovery truck? And when we got closer, we thought, oh, this is a fifth wheel. It seemed absolutely massive, and when it was pitched on a large pitch, it filled the pitch almost entirely. And then Marek said, but it's the smallest. It's one of the smallest fifth wheels you can get. This is mind-blowing. Fifth wheels. These are just mind-blowing. Pop-up roof. And do you intend to live in this caravan full-time? That's quite impressive. And Vasi, you didn't answer my question. Are you still thinking about buying a caravan, or is it not on your mind anymore? Yeah. So we got this lovely wine from a really lovely lady who stayed with us. I think she stayed for 2 weeks. So she got a bit attached to the site, and she got to know all the team members, and she gave us a card and a hamper towards the end of it, which was a lovely surprise. So thank you so much. I think we will have a little taster towards the end. Yeah, so we survived a really busy weekend, probably the busiest weekend so far, and we even got a bottle at the end of it. Life is good. Life is good. We also discovered a really lovely space in Bronton. Maybe Vasi, you know it, by the river in Bronton. Did everyone go refill their wine, or are you just mesmerized by Kat's storytelling? Wait, we have to see. Oh, this is... Yeah, I think this is something... This is probably something we'll aspire to. We want to have a fund again, yeah. Aaron, not No, no, looking to get something bigger on a seasonal pitch. Yeah, I would advise getting something bigger. But I remember when we first started living on wheels, we had Talbot. We had a Talbot motorhome, very small camper, actually a motorhome, but small. And when we got our first side job, the owners of the campsite just couldn't believe that we are going to live in such a tiny motorhome, and they said, "Oh, you have to get an awning." And I was always against awnings. I thought, we don't need an awning, because if you have an awning, we will fill it up with stuff, and we will have junk we don't need. Blah blah. It will get hot. But after probably a month of living in a motorhome full time in one place, they said, "No, we do need an awning," and we got something cheap which only lasted 3 months. I will not mention the brand, but it starts with S and it has the word sun in the name. And maybe it was a good awning if you only go away for a weekend twice a year, but to put it up on a seasonal pitch and have it pitched up for the whole summer, it only lasted like 3 months, and then the roof ripped, and that's how we learned that it's not worth saving on awnings. So we got a proper fabric awning next time. And I don't know if you know, but we've got a little Amazon shop, on Amazon. So do you use Amazon? Are you Amazon customers? Maybe you use Prime. Some people love Prime. Quite dangerous, isn't it, to be able to order anything and have it next day. So just a little ask for you guys: if you use Amazon, please use our referral link, because if you shop on Amazon and you enter the Amazon through our link, whatever you buy, Amazon will share a little commission with us. So it doesn't cost you anything, but you can support Freedom Seekers channel each time you shop. So it is a win-win. So I looked into our little shop where we collected interesting things, and I'm sending you the link right now on the chat. And I haven't looked into this, I haven't looked there in a long time. I quite forgot about it. So when you look at the stuff we created there are lists of things we use ourselves and we recommend. So there is a section, a Polish deli, and there's a lot of really lovely Polish food if you want to try. There are sweets and savory sticks and coffee. Our really favorite snacks. And towards the end there's a jar of sauerkraut. Who can live without sauerkraut? So there are things we use when we go camping, products we use for maintenance and cleaning of our caravan, like Fabsil for protecting your awning, waterproofing your awning, chemicals we use to clean a water tank, and so on. There is also a section of gifts, and there are some really cool t-shirts, and I think it's time for us to get some. Like one with the slogan "Life is a pitch." I love this one. And there is also a section "Spoil Your Dog," where we shared all the things Diesel used to enjoy and play with. And looking at those things make me cry. So yeah, just have a look. We definitely need a summer list because there is a winter well-being list, like winter gadgets. We definitely need summer gadgets, especially in this heat. And yeah, so this is our little Amazon shop you may not be aware of. Have a look. Aaron, you are thinking about Warden's position. Yep, and I talked about it so many times in our videos that there is so much aggro associated with living in a caravan full time, trying to find park ups, trying to find spaces where you will not bother anyone, where you could actually live comfortably without worrying that someone will knock on your, you know, window and tell you to move on. Honestly, getting a side job, even if it's a part-time job and it's only for one of you, it is so worth it. And trust me, we were living in a motorhome for a year. Before we settled on a campsite as campsite wardens, we were doing van life for a year. And yeah, it was exciting, and waking up in a different place almost every day is fun to begin with, but towards the end of it we were absolutely exhausted and worn out. And when we finally settled on one side and we had our pitch with electric and water, we had access to showers, washing machines. It was like hitting a jackpot after living rough for a year. It was very adventurous, but it was exhausting. Yeah, so Marek gave you a link to I gave you a link to the shop, and Marek gave you our referral link. Yeah, we'll definitely update our little shop, and I will think of summer gadgets, high factor, you know, sun protection. This is the thing we use every day. A hat or a baseball cap. This is another must-have in the summer. Yeah, so hopefully, Aaron, if you want something really special, there's Spar shop at Sutton on Sea do iced brush fresh cream bun. Wow. Yeah, I have to say, I got hooked on ice cream recently, and probably the scales will confirm. And it's so annoying that when you're in a supermarket and you just want a small ice cream or two, you have to buy a multi-pack. So the other evening I had 4 because Marek says it's too much sugar and it's junk and he will not have any. So whether I wanted or not, I had to eat 4 like cones, and I had them. So, and this is my hack. When we go to the seaside, when we go to the beach, like Woolacombe, we go to Woolacombe quite a lot, I always take a spoon with me, and instead of buying ice cream from an ice cream van or an ice cream shop, I go to the shop and buy myself a tub of ice cream. I have my own spoon, and I usually have it all. Sometimes I share with Marek, but Marek is very good. Marek is cutting back sugar. I'm the naughty one. By the way, before I go, guys, what is your favorite ice cream? We had scorching weather here in North Devon. It was mid-20s, but it felt like 50s for me, and I had a lot of ice cream. And what's my favorite? I like all of them. I think there is no ice cream I don't like, but probably fruit, cherry and chocolate. Cherry ice cream with bits of cherries and chocolate ice cream together. This is my favorite combo. Right. My throat is getting a bit dry and a bit thirsty, so come on, tell me, what's your favorite ice cream? What's your favorite ice cream? I hope I told you everything we planned to share. Oh, I will tell you what the next video is about. So oh, and of course, everyone who's watching it on a different day, everyone who couldn't be with us live today, you can still watch, like and comment this live stream when it becomes a regular video. Yeah, and exactly, if you hit dislike, it tells YouTube we are not complete amateurs. So thank you so much for watching the last video. I think the last video, it was a short. It was quite popular with you guys. Mint chocolate chip, yes, yeah, that's a nice one. And the next video will be it will be a continuation of the theme of how we started living on wheels and how we managed to escape the daily route and the race. So in the next video I will tell you what to do if you want to live on wheels or do whatever you like for a year or two. And many people talk about selling the house. Many people sell their property, or at least that's what they say online, that we sold the house to live in a caravan, or we sold the house to travel in a van. But I think especially if it's your first time, maybe you are thinking about working as site wardens like Aaron and Tracy, but it is something new and you want to give it a go for a week, for a year or two. You don't have to sell your house, and there is a way of getting it sorted without changing your mortgage. You can get off the hook when it comes to repayment of your mortgage and have a break from it for a year or two. And that's the topic of the next video, and I hope you will find it really useful, guys, you know, who think of trying a new lifestyle for a year or two without selling your house. Yes, the new video is coming Wednesday, so don't forget, new videos on Wednesday and live stream every Sunday at 7 p.m. the UK time. Right, oh, let's try this wine from a lovely lady. Thank you so much. This is lovely. Well deserved, because it was a busy weekend. Enjoy your evening, guys, and thank you so much for popping over, coming over to our caravan. Now we will be looking forward to our weekend, which is Wednesday and Thursday, and we are going to have a guest. We are expecting our friend all the way from Poland. He's coming to stay with us for a week in a caravan. Yeah, so that will be good laugh and good fun. So we are looking forward to this, and I hope you will have a good week too, and you will tell me all about it next time on Sunday. Thank you so much for coming, and have a good evening. Bye bye.